In this tutorial, I'd like to talk about Premiere's color management feature. If you've watched my previous tutorials on working with technical LUTs and using LUTs for speed, you've already gotten a little glimpse into options for color managing your footage. But the color management feature in Premiere helps you to make sure that what you have in your timeline corresponds with what you see in your monitor in terms of color space. Display color management works for any internal monitor or for any secondary computer monitor used as part of the OS desktop. And of course, you need to make sure your display is calibrated with either an X-Rite or Spider solution. If you're working with an external reference monitor sending a signal through an external playback card, like the ones from Blackmagic Design or AJA, the color management feature won't affect that signal. So if you open Premiere Preferences and go to General, you'll find at the bottom the option Enable Display Color Management. This option is disabled by default. It should be left off if your screen matches the media on the timeline. For example, if your timeline has Rec. 709 footage and your display is Rec. 709, then there's no need for color management. It would make no difference. However, if your timeline is Rec. 709 and your display is in P3 color space, like the Retina Display IMAX, you'll want to enable it so Premiere displays the image correctly for your wide color gamut screen. If your timeline is Rec. 709, but your display is sRGB, as most computer displays are, and color management is off, your image will be displayed slightly washed out, but will match what YouTube viewers see on their sRGB displays. If color management is on, midtones will match Rec. 709, but some shadow detail may be lost. So if your edit is Rec. 709 and your display is sRGB and the destination for your video is YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo, or any other similar sharing platform, your best choice is to keep color management off. If the destination for your video is broadcast, then turn it on. If your timeline is Rec. 2020 or wide color gamut and your display is sRGB, Rec. 709 or P3, color management should be on, otherwise you'll see a washed out image. So what this means is you should always know what color space your monitor is in and what color space your final delivery is intended for. And the final recommendation that I would give is that to always test. The only way you can know for certain that your video is displaying the way you want it to be is to test it by running through some of these scenarios until you figure out what works best. Okay, so the display color management feature is a welcome addition in Premiere that will help us trust what we are seeing.